Hey guys, my name is Sanjay. Welcome to the Engineer Wannabe YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me tonight. I hope tonight will be a good time. I hope we'll laugh and cry together as we look back on my purchases and trades from 2023. By the way, Happy New Year to you all. It was an honor to know a few of you, get to know a few of you last year. And I hope to get to know you even better this year. So, yeah, happy New Year. Okay, on my wrist is the Seiko SLA093J1. I did a short, somewhat semi Gen Z style, like what all the kids are doing on TikTok nowadays. But I thought I'd try my hand at that. I failed miserably because some of what I did on YouTube was uploading a couple of times, and they weren't going into the shorts section. So apologies if you saw the same video being uploaded a few times. I was trying to figure out some kinks in my methodology. So wow, do I sound old talking like that? But I guess I'm not Gen Z. I'm a millennial. I'm a filthy millennial with my avocado toast and my tech. But yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time doing that video. Hope you enjoyed it. Apologies again if you saw it uploaded multiple times. Okay, so let me know what's on your wrist. I would love to know. And I will say hi to a few of you right now. Hey, Bill K's here. Good to see you, Bill. Chaz from the Berg here as always. Happy New Year, sir. Undertune Watch Collector here as well as always. Good to see you. James Duffy, hello. Hey, you got mentioned. You got mentioned on a Federico video. I was pleasantly surprised to hear your name. Um, Sam's here too. Hey Sam, good to see you. Happy New Year. Hey Eric, Big E, good to see you. Happy 2024 to you as well. Hope you're well, my friend. All right, let's talk about this journey, this watch collecting journey. It was kind of hard to look at my spreadsheet here. um, but let's look at it together. Well, I won't show you the spreadsheet itself unless if I accidentally do that while I'm switching between tabs, uh, because there's like a lot of money information in there. But we'll talk about the watches. So I don't know if we should count this, but on the last day of the year of 2022, I picked up a watch. It was the Tudor Black Bay 58 925. Black Bay 58 925. Let me share my screen here. There it is. I probably shouldn't have done this. Um, but I did do it. It was fun. It was fun to experience the 925 silver goodness. Let's see if there's one more picture where it shows, and it looks really egregiously large on my wrist. I don't think I have one of those. No, I don't. No, I don't. The rest are from 2022. So this is the last watch that I purchased in 2022. And whoops, it was a little bit of fun, but it didn't last very long in the collection. So let's move right along to the next purchase. The first one of the year wasn't actually a purchase; it was um, a gift from my buddy Clayton. He sent this watch over to me. I'm probably not sharing my screen, but Instagram is so great. Instagram is like the perfect log of what's happened in the past. But Clayton sent me this watch. It's beautifully ugly. Um, and hang on a second, guys. There's something going on over here. Sorry, I had to fix something. But yeah, beautifully ugly. But it's is near and dear to my heart, near and dear to Clayton's heart as well. Super Mario version of the G-Shock Square. But yes, it's one ugly watch. But I love this watch. I still have the box displayed right there, and it's a lot of little Easter eggs, and it was a really cool watch. And I'm very thankful to Clayton that he thought of me and he sent that watch over to me. I got that watch in January, so very thankful for that. We'll keep going to the next watch that I purchased, or next watch, which is a funny one. So it was the Planet Ocean. So this happened on January 28th. And some of you might know the story, but I went to purchase the 39.5 millimeter Planet Ocean, and I happened to get the 44 44 mil version, and I don't know how I missed it while I had it there. I just assumed that every small, even the small watches look big on my wrist. By the time I went home, I was pretty certain. I was resizing the bracelet and found out that this was not the 39.5 mil Planet Ocean that was on my wrist. And then I spent, that was on a Saturday. I spent the rest of the day trying to rationalize owning the 44 mil Planet Ocean. Um, but I'm thankful to you guys, thankful to Keith as well, who looked at me a little sideways. Yeah, it did not look very good on my wrist. I don't have a picture handy, but the 44 mil Planet Ocean was not a good time. And my AD was gracious enough to let me return the watch and get the correct watch. I take most of the responsibility actually, but my AD did take some responsibility as well because we both missed it. It was the 44, not the 39.5. But now I have the 39.5 millimeter Planet Ocean, which happened January 30th. So we're approaching January 30th, 2024, which would make the 1 year anniversary that I've had this watch, which is kind of a big deal for me at least. But let's catch up in the chat here. I know I'm missing hi to a few of you. So hey, Walt, good to see you. Happy New Year! Happy New Year to you as well. Underachieving watch collector wearing the Casio Rangeman while working on my car. Nice. I didn't know you own that. Hope everything's okay with the car. Um, Bobby, Dr. Bobby, good to see you. Overall, how many watches entered in 2023? How many retain? Basically, what's the retain percentage? I mean, how many entered in 2023 would probably be all of them in my core collection. And how many retained? That's a good one. We'll have to do the math there. I didn't buy as many as I thought I did, so I'm pretty happy with myself there. Underachieving watch collectors. I'm pretty sure Clayton was glad to unload that. Oh, it's funny. Chassis in the Big Planet Edition was when you were megadosing Triactin. Yeah, there you go. Megadose. Even the 39 is no slouch when it comes to weight. I think it's 165 grams, 170 grams, something around that. Definitely a no go for Keith. Hey, Pansy Dubai, good to see you. Wearing his Black Orient Mako XL, very nice. And Pale Horse just joining in, good to see you. Nilo too, hey Nilo, good to see you. Hope you're well. Happy New Year to you guys. Okay, let's keep moving. Let's see. After that whole Planet Ocean debacle, I was definitely in a bit of a tailspin at this point. You could tell. So for the Planet Ocean, I didn't mention what I traded in. So to get the Planet Ocean, I traded in that Black Bay 58925, the one that I got on the 31st of December 2022. Black Bay 58925 went Longines Spirit 37. That was a watch I loved, but Blue Dial Longines Spirit 37 went out for Blue Dial Planet Ocean 39.5. I think it was a good trade. And I think I added a bit of cash there too. So I was pretty happy there. Pretty happy with that deal. And of course, after that, I was in quite a tailspin because the SBGW 295 made an appearance. So this was a watch I didn't think I was going to purchase, but um, I did, and I had a very, very fast fling with it. SBGW 295 is the really cool Urushi dialed Grand Seiko with the Ever Brilliant. Yes, no, not Ever Brilliant. super hard. What titanium was it? Some kind of titanium. Ah, can't remember. Brilliant hard. Something like that. Something crazy titanium. Um, and it had the 9S64 movement. Really cool Yoroyori strap that was nylon stitched together or woven together with leather. Really cool strap. Very, 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 very cool watch. Uh, I I just probably didn't have the wrist for it. It was okay. It was a 38 mil watch, but it wore flat, and I kind of burnt out of it really quick. And I was starting to learn a little bit more about myself here as I dealt with this. The heartbreaking thing though is what I traded to get this guy. I traded the beautiful, the eternal SBGY003. So I traded in probably one of my favorite watches to get this watch, and I still don't quite regret it. I don't know if I'm just telling that to make myself be able to sleep at night, but I traded in the SBG Y003, and pretty sure I traded something else in. Let's double check. Speedmaster. So I traded the Speedmaster as well. Ooh, that was not smart. um, yeah, I think I got some credit. Something that made me willing to do that. So Speedmaster and SBGY003 went towards this guy. I just realized I haven't shown you the SB2Y003. I know a lot of you know what this watch is, but let me share what this watch is just in case. So it was the Grand Seiko that I did everything with. It was a dress Grand Seiko. I mean I do everything with all my watches anyway, but yeah, that was probably not a smart move. I'm not pleased with myself there. That said, don't regret trading the SPGY003 itself. Just I regret doing it for that watch. um, okay, so Speedmaster left the collection at that point as well. Unfortunately, for the fourth time, I believe that's the Speedmaster leaving the collection, and I believe I said I will never own a Speedmaster again. So not that I hate the Speedmaster, I love the Speedmaster, but again, I'm learning a bit more about myself. 2023 was the year of me learning about myself. So so I started to figure out more about myself and know what I can and cannot do, what I'm okay and what I'm not okay with, um, how crazy I can be when I first see a watch, and how many times I lie to myself and I say the size doesn't matter. I'm gonna buy the watch and enjoy it anyway. The size does matter, and I will stop telling myself that the size does not matter. So let me catch up again a little bit with the chat here. High intensity titanium is what James Duffy says. Oh, I don't think so. High intensity titanium is just the plain old titanium that's on the snowflake. I'm pretty sure it's brilliant hard titanium. It's some ridiculous name. Um, but yeah, brilliant hard sounds right. Uh, Samsung, please show us the Excel spreadsheet. You want me to? Uh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't really want to show the money side of things. Whatever. Um, no, I really don't want to show that. Okay, let me hide uh, this column here. Can I do that? I can do that. I can do it. Yes. Okay. This is a bit of a newer spreadsheet, so it doesn't have all the information I used to have. So this is it. Very simple, nothing crazy. So just got a time in or date in, date out. There is a money section right here. Like if I had to add cash, I should probably put in like a credit section if I got cash back or something. Um, and yeah, reference number, name of the watch, and what I traded, or any notes, any comments. So that's it. Nothing nothing mind blowing. Okay, keep going here. Rest in peace, SPGO003. Yes, and Dan made up a song for it too. I'm sure you guys remember that. I have it somewhere. Dan's song. Andrea Ching Watch Collector says, to be honest, Sanjay, your car's trunk was partially responsible. Yes. Too much space in the trunk. Cowboy Kiji waltzing 2023 was the year Sanjay learned about himself and learned that watches cost money. Yes, yes. That's also the year where I became a new man, right? um, LV asking a interesting question. What would be a dream six-piece watch collection for yourself? Oh, I don't, at this point, I probably don't quite know. Um, I'm kind of re-looking at watches because of what I just mentioned, right? I'm starting to know a bit more about myself, being less infatuated with watches, so to speak. Like new watches that may come out or new watches I may discover. Um, I now have it as a core need that that watch has to fit my wrist perfectly. So I'm throwing out a lot about the watches that I've experienced in the past. I'm trying to recalibrate myself with what I actually love, or like what I maybe compartmentalize it, and like what I watches I love and watches that I would love on my wrist, maybe. So yeah, I'm still kind of turbulent on that. So I may have to take some time to answer that question, LV. So ask me that again in a couple of months, maybe. I would love to answer that, but I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. I mean, a Royal Oak would be 37 mil. Yeah, 37 mil Royal Oak. I'm sure that would fit my wrist. So I'll put that on the dream section. Oh, Moser Green Dragon. Moser Green Dragon. I don't know if it'll fit my wrist now. I have to see. I have to like recalibrate. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, let's go back to the year of 2023. We just went through um, the SBGW 295, and next up is another shameful confession. It was the Tudor Royal. 34 mil Tudor Royal was what I picked up. Uh, let's see, it should be somewhere here. There it is. 34 mil Tudor Royal. It fits like a dream on my wrist. I love the way that watch wears. Um, obviously, I moved away from it, and we'll get to that. But I don't know why some of you guys don't like the Tudor Royal. It's so good. Look at that. Look at that watch. It's gorgeous. Uh, so nice. Um, so this one, I think I was just waiting and waiting for the 39 mil Pelagos. I really wanted the 39 mil Pelagos. It just was not coming in. Um, I think I'd been waiting for a few months at this point, maybe close to half a year. I'm not quite sure, but I thought, you know what? The money I saved up for the Pelagos, let me just get this Tudor Royale. I'm tired of waiting. Who knows how long I'll be waiting for the 39 mil Pelagos. Guess what? After I purchased this Tudor Royale, the 39 mil Pelagos showed up next week, and I got the call for the 39 mil Pelagos, and I had to turn it down. So um, I turned down the 39 mil Pelagos because I was not patient, and I picked up this Tudor Royale. So I enjoyed this watch for a few months, but it was a bitter lesson because I preferred the 39 mil Pelagos. I think I think if I had the 39 mil Pelagos, though, maybe it's a blessing in disguise. I probably would have gotten away from it. Maybe sold it, done something silly with it, because I got another call for the 39 mil Pelagos a little later. Um, and the second time around, it's been going well. So I still have my 39 mil Pelagos. let's say if I had got it back in February, probably would have been a bad time, because I was not the new me yet. So, um, Tudor Royal was the next one. Nothing got axed for the Tudor Royal, so that was purely the saved up money for the Pelagos. It was directly added into the collection. Next up was the 9FGMT SBGN029. I recently released a video on this review video. Um, so talking a bit about this watch, well, maybe you should talk about what I acquired. All of these, I got 3 watches in the same day. It was a bit of a fun live stream to do that day too. On May 13th, I picked up the Tudor Blackbeard 54, the SBGN 029, the 9F GMT, and the Grand Seiko High Beat SLGH 013. The Snowscape, Melting Snow, a couple of names for that. And let me show you the pictures of these watches. Share screen. So SLGH, that's not the SLGH. There it is. Oh, so I would say the wait, no, that's the Sea of Clouds. Sorry. My mistake, but an easy mistake to make. Okay. This is the SLGH 013. Um, Gorgeous watch, frosty dial. Probably the watch that I would say is the pinnacle of Grand Seiko that you could probably get right now. Really great dial, really great movement. It has the 9SA5 movement, so like the very beautiful 9SA5. I don't know if I have a picture of that movement there. Not on Instagram. Okay, but gorgeous movement, beautiful watch. Um, 44 GS case. Everything is just spectacular on that watch. It's just, again, I was enamored. I was infatuated with this watch, so to speak, and it doesn't quite. It's okay, but it doesn't quite fit my wrist. It's a large watch. I prefer it to look a bit smaller on my wrist. You can see like it's jutting out a little out the back there. Not ideal for me. So once the infatuation or the honeymoon was period was over, you start to really notice that. And yeah, moved on from the Snowscape, moved on from all of those watches actually, didn't I? The 9F GMT. I didn't share my screen there. My apologies. It was the blue dialed, the ripple dial. It had, I'm going to say it had defects on the dial. A lot of people are saying it was not a defect, but it was reflections of the indices on the glossy blue dial. I I'm not so certain about that. So this was a watch. It's an amazing watch, great watch, but the defect on the dial did start to bug me a bit. So I got away from this watch when I could. Um, and what was the last one? The Blackberry 54. Um, yeah, I shouldn't have touched this watch. um, am I still sharing my screen? Yeah. I really shouldn't have touched this watch. Let me show you. That's the Blackberry 54 on a sailcloth. Wore a little large for a 37 mil watch. Um, it was fun while it lasted, but it definitely wasn't me. Like once I got the Seiko SJE093, the one I'm wearing on my wrist right now. Once I got this watch, it was game over pretty much for the Blackberry 54. I really shouldn't have got that Blackberry 54. Maybe if I got it on the bracelet. Okay. I'll reserve judgment again. I think it might be better on a bracelet, but the rubber strap was just really, man, the lies I tell myself. Yeah. So Blackberry 54 was a regret, and all those watches disappeared. So I got those 3 watches together. Um, What did I trade? I traded the SBGW295, that ridiculously expensive Grand Seiko that we talked about, with the Euro Yori strap. Sorry, make sure. So I traded this guy. It had to go. Very, very short-lived, coming from the SBGY003, which lasted for 3 years. I had that watch for 3 years. That's the longest I've had a watch. Um, and this guy lasted 3 months, I think. So, unfortunate. Sea of Clouds, and this one was traded in because I was getting the Snowscape. It was just a bit too similar. I thought the Snowscape was superior to the Sea of Clouds. In terms of specialness, maybe not, because the Sea of Clouds is limited edition. It's got a star-dialed 9F movement, right? Meaning it's accurate to 5 seconds a year, which is not common. But the Snowscape, I think overall is the better watch, right? I mean, you can't really argue that. You can if you wanted to, but it has the 9SA5 movement, beautifully decorated, ever brilliant steel case, ever brilliant steel bracelet. It was just, you know, just 10 out of 10. Snowscape. It was just, both of them also were too big, which is why that eventually happened. All of them eventually left. But yeah, that was a wild month. But yeah, I was in a bit of a tailspin, and I think the next purchase was the beginning of it, because the beginning of me correcting that tailspin, beginning of me blowing up the collection and recentering everything to start over, which I think has been going really well. I at least I think so. We'll see what you think. But let me catch up from on the chat here before I get too far behind. Let's see. Larry L says morning from Singapore. Good morning. Happy New Year. Um, Larry L saying you should have a look at the latest SPB 441. Oh, I have not seen this one. Have I seen this one? SPB 441. Ooh, okay, okay. It's one of those vintage style, old school Laurel pocket watch kind of thing going on here, huh? I'm not a fan, but that's just me. I think it's a bit too vintage for my taste, but enamel dial, isn't it? I love the white enamel dials that Seiko do. Um, but yeah, yeah, the style is just not for me. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. Let me know. What do you think, Larry? Larry, let me know what you think. Um, okay. Walt saying Blackberry 54 was one of my favorites. Sorry, Walt. It's a good watch. On the rubber, it was um, not ideal. I think. I could be wrong, but I think on the bracelet, it would look right. But at the same time, it would kind of have to stain on the bracelet because of those lugs and the way they came out, and on my personal wrist, it was just a bit of a mess. So I think the bracelet would kind of even out the weight distribution and the way it looked on my wrist. I think the bracelet would do a good job of that. But but I'd have to keep it on the bracelet, and that would just not be fun, you know? That would just be a shame. Uh, Larry says he recently downsized his collection, sold all my Swiss watches, Panerai, IWC, and Ming, kept all my Seikos. Wow. Wow. Ming too. I'm surprised. But hey, that's good for you. I'm glad you're happy with the Seikos. Do you have any Grand Seikos in there as well, or just Seikos? Not that it's just Seikos, but um, it says something special with Japanese brands. Yeah, I agree. I I love my Swiss brands. I do. but the Japanese brands do give me a bit more fire in my belly. Oh, there we go. Kept it GS2. Yeah. Japanese brands tend to give me a bit more, yeah, adrenaline. I don't know why it is. Not saying that Swiss brands don't. Like the Green Dragon probably gives me more adrenaline than all the Japanese brands so far. So that's Swiss Moser, H Moser. But Minase. I don't know if Larry, you've looked into picking up Minase, but another really cool Japanese brand that puts a fire in your belly. uh, Hey, broke watch fanatic. Good to see you. Happy New Year. How does your wife feel about your watch hobby? We've actually done live streams together. So a few Saturday Night Watch Talks, maybe about half a year ago. She came on and we talked a bit about it. I think we did a Q&A. Maybe it was about a year ago. It's been a while. But she's very supportive. She trusts me a lot. And, with that trust, I think comes a fear. I don't want to let her down. So I think because of her trust, um, I am a bit more responsible than I would have been if I was on my own. Like a single guy doing this. I probably would be in big trouble. but thanks to my wife and my kids, they keep me grounded a lot. They keep me grounded a lot. Um, Sam says only gripe with those watches, SPB 411 and other enamels from Seiko is that they don't thermally blue those hands. Very, very true, Sam. I agree with you. It's such a strange shortcut to take when they spend all that time with the dial. And you can tell there's something odd about the hands. It's not just, oh, they didn't put the effort into thermally bluing it. Kind of like if you machine polish something versus Zaratsu polish something, I think a good machine polish is very close to Zaratsu polish, which is hand done for the most part, or I'm told, allegedly. Um, so a good machine polish is very close to Zaratsu polishing. Chemically blued hands or painted blue hands is so far away from thermally blued hands. It just looks so different. The thermally or the chemically blued hands on the presages look like plastic hands because you can almost there's like a shimmer that almost looks like you can see through the hands, and it's so off-putting. It's an unfortunate corner they decided to cut. I mean, you gotta cut the corner somewhere um, when it comes to that kind of watch, right? Because there's a lot of money going into the dial. So, yeah, unfortunate place to cut that corner, but they did. Um, LV asking a good question. What are your top 3 watches you've tried own? Fit, durability, X factor. Zenith Chronomasters. No, not Chronomaster. Zenith Defi Skyline 36 mil. Incredible watch. I love it. Seiko SLA093. Really, really love this watch too. Grand Seiko SBG W289. And in the future, SBG W297. Oh, such good watches. I probably my entire collection right now. Planet Ocean 39.5 millimeter. Oh, so good. So good. The Planet Ocean. I love that watch. So my current core collection, which I think is 5 pieces, is so good. I love those watches. So it's gonna be hard to sell if I had to sell. So I hope I don't have to sell. Larry saying he loves the SBB 441. I actually picked one up myself. Oh, hey, congrats! That's exciting. I'm glad you like it. It's definitely a cool watch. The Brigade numerals and the enamel dial I think look fantastic. The case I think is just not my style personally, but very, very nice. Glad you got it. Broke Watch Fanatic saying, that's a blessing. Happy New Year to you as well. Hey, thank you, sir. Okay, so let's keep moving on here. Where did we stop? We stopped at the snowscape, and of course, I just mentioned it. The next watch I picked up in the month of June, end of June, I picked up a twofer. Um, Buckling a little bit here on my profession to be a new man because this is where I professed. So June of last year, 2023, was where I professed that I was a new man, and I picked up this guy right here, the Zenith Defi Skyline, 36 mil. Not Larry, LV. This is the watch I was just talking about. Oh, it is so good. I love this watch. That's my daughter. Didn't anticipate her being in that little short clip, but um, yeah, excellent. Just an excellent watch. I can't say enough good things about it. Comes with a beautiful, beautiful strap as well. Silicone strap, very comfortable to wear. Fits me so well. Um, been wearing the snot out of this thing. It's showing somewhere, but for the most part, it's looking good for 6 months. So the two for it was I picked up along with this uh, Black Bay 58. It just it's like a cancer. Black Bay 58 was what I picked up. Did I not take any pictures of it? Um, it was a Black Bay 58 bronze. I, I thought I took a few pictures of it. I guess I didn't. So I picked up with that watch the Black Bay 58 bronze, and yeah, probably wasn't something I should have done. I really enjoyed the Black Bay 58 bronze, but that was the watch. It left my collection pretty soon after. So this one still remains the first watch, or the second. Let's say the second watch, because the Planet Ocean stayed too. The second watch that remained into the new year. So along with that, what I traded to get the Skyline, the 5 Skyline, was the Snowscape and the 9F GMT. So the SPGN 029 with the steel bezel, that one and the Snowscape SLGH 013, they went together to get the Black Bay 58 bronze and the Zenith Defi Skyline 36 mil. I think it was worthwhile. I know I took a bit of, I'd say I took a bit of a hit there, um, but I think it was worthwhile because I found a forever watch with it, right? So I'm glad I got the Zenith Defi Skyline. Oh man, I really hope I don't double back and sell the Skyline now. I don't think I will. I'm a new man, right? But yeah, I think I missed the Snowscape. I missed the SLGH 013, but it was just a little too big for my wrist. So I'm glad I moved on from it. And I'm glad I learned that lesson. So that's where I blew up all Grand Seiko for my collection for a few months, knowing that I love Grand Seiko. They just don't go on my wrist, unfortunately. That rectified itself pretty soon after, but at that point I was thinking I'm gonna have to be a distant fan of Grand Seiko. How sad. But after that, I got my SJE093, the watch I am wearing today, another forever watch in the collection. I don't have to share my screen because it's on my wrist right now on a Milanese mesh strap. 38 mil watch, really, really great. Traded the Black Bay 54, although my AD was gracious enough to let me keep both watches for a short while. And yeah, Black Bay 54 went towards this thing. This just absolutely destroyed the Black Bay 54 for me. I couldn't reconcile the two together. And this SJE, personally, in my opinion, is so far, leaps and bounds past the Black Bay 54 in terms of just the joy it brings me and the way it looks. Black Bay 54 is great. I'm telling you guys, it's a great watch, but it's a it's a watch. The SJE is like a, um, I don't know. The SJE is joy filled, you know? The Blackberry 54 is more boring in a sense for me, okay? No offense to anyone, and I mean no malice by saying that, but for me personally, there's just no contest. SJE wins, and I probably said that a bit too much over the past few months. So the SJE came in on July, end of July. So I was really slowing down at this point. I wasn't really buying anything. Um, I wasn't really, yeah, I wasn't really selling much. I did a couple more, but I was really becoming more aware of what I was doing. I was being a little less reckless overall. So I'm glad. But the next thing that came in was a bit reckless, even though I said I was not being reckless. The next thing that came in was a Grand Seiko 40 mil uh, spring drive GMT, grossly underutilized case from Grand Seiko. I think they should do this thing a bit more justice. This is the watch. Again, it's big. It's thick, close to 14 mil if I'm not mistaken, but it's just uh, a very nice case, very pleasant to hold. It kind of feels like a stone or a smooth pebble that you find by the seashore or something. Um, it's just a very pleasant watch. It's a 40 mil sports case, so it's bizarre that Grand Seiko hasn't done a dive watch with this case, but they haven't. And this, it's passable on my wrist, but again, if you look at it here, it's large. It is quite large, and I was really, lying to myself and saying I can pull this off. I could pull it off. It just is not right. It's not perfect, and I'd be settling. So I refuse to settle, because I refuse to settle anymore. That watch went fast. That watch entered the collection. Let's see, in August 12th, 2023, and it left the collection in September 16th, 2023. So a little over a month, and say la vie. Bye bye, SVG257. I recorded a review for this watch, but I have not edited it or put it out. I feel kind of bad doing that because I like to do owner's reviews, and I feel like I didn't own that watch long enough to do an owner's review. Maybe I'll edit it out and push the video out as a month on the wrist kind of review. But yeah, that watch, it's a great watch. It's just not good on my wrist, and I lied to myself for a whole month, and then and then I traded it in. The watch I traded it in for became a forever watch, or what I believe might be a forever watch. That watch is the SBGW 289. This is a limited edition watch. The first time Grand Seiko used the 36.5 mil 44 GS case, the world was right. I mean, Grand Seiko released this watch a little earlier in the year. I had a bit of a love-hate relationship with this watch because of its hands. Um, I'm still not 100% uh, on board with the hands themselves. So, if you can tell, the hands aren't Dauphine hands. They're more of a cross between Dauphine and baton style hands. They just didn't suit the watch very, very much. I was a little concerned about legibility. Grand Seiko's Dauphine hands are just so good that it felt like a slap in the face to get these hands. But I got over myself, and I'm still in a sense settling ever so slightly here because I still would prefer the Dauphine hands. All that said, I would prefer the Dauphine hands, But the case is an answered prayer in a sense. It's a dream come true, right? That 36.5 mil 44 GS style case. My favorite case design from Grand Seiko. Um, and it was just a, dream come true. And I had to, in a sense, I didn't have to, but I wanted to settle a little bit and go with those hands. But those hands did grow on me. I'm not moaning about those hands and, complaining about them. I am happy with those hands, but not ideal, but I'm happy with those hands now at this point. Um, so yeah, good times with the SBGW 289. I traded that SBG E257 for that. So the um, 40 mil spring drive GMT, which was a great watch, just a little not ideal on my wrist. So watch size matters. For me, I should say. It's hard when you have a small wrist, right? I know some people say it's hard to have a big wrist, and I agree. If your wrist is really large, the case sizes nowadays can be a bit of a pain, but um, I think when you have a small wrist, a lot of watches are disqualified, which is unfortunate. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Hey, Corey's here. Good to see you. 193 is a banger. Keep for life. Yes, absolutely. Corey and I were, what would you say, fangirling over it when they announced it. So yeah, good times. Malice just drifts from Sasha's lips. That's funny. Let's see. SJE093 is very nice. 600 achieving watch collector. Yes, sir. You should get one. Thomas Chen. Good to see you, sir. Hope you're well. Have you tried out the 37 mil Auto GS watches, SPGR 251, 253? Would be interested in your thoughts if you have. I have indeed. Um, Let me double check if I'm thinking of the correct ones here. SPGR 251. Is that the pink? Not the pink, the light blue dialed one? Or is that 253? Okay, I'm thinking of the wrong watch, but I think it's based on that light blue light blue dialed watch with this case. Uh, I have I have thoughts about this. I think I think it wears a little thick, but it's definitely manageable. These watches. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. I'm so sorry. I thought I was. Let me bring that back up. My apologies, my friends. There we go. I just clicked the first link I saw. I remember this wearing a little thicker than I would have liked, but it did fit really well on my 16 centimeter wrist. I am a bit of a sucker for typefaces, and I really don't like the automatic script at the bottom. I I think it's just a little too plain. Uh, I know that's a little shallow and um, vain, I guess, but almost all the SPGR models, so SPGR blah blah blahs, they really bug me, and it's a shame because I love the SPGR 321, and I got so close to buying it so many times. I keep telling myself, kind of like with the hands on the SPGW 291, right? I keep telling myself I'll be okay with it once I have it, but then I honestly I've gone to purchase this watch more than a few times, but that automatic text at the bottom there, it looks so bad. I don't understand. Look at the gorgeous Gothic font typeface of the Grand Seiko logo, and what is going on at 6 o'clock, guys? Come on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't know I felt so badly about it. But if you look at um any other model, SPGA, yeah, let's go with the Snowflake, SPGA 211. It'll say spring drive there, but there's just um the script is different. I mean, it's a bit more bold, a bit more what would you say? Uh, personality to it. I don't know if I'm crazy here, but that looks just significantly better, that typeface. I don't quite know how to articulate typefaces, but there's something different about the typeface on every other model, except for the SBGR models. Those seem to be particularly egregious. Um, even the SBGM models, so the SBGM 221, um, I'm pretty sure it has a similar automatic typeface, but because yeah, no, even this, there's a bit more of a boldness to that typeface, and the GMT also adds to it, right? Nice, bold, strong GMT, lettering there. I don't know, guys. I'm sorry for going into typefaces, but, that's the big, problem I've had with SBGR models, and I wish I wasn't like that. I really do, but it's a problem I have. Thomas, if that's not a problem you have, you should go for them because 'cause they're a little thick, especially when the diameter is shrunken down a bit, but, they wear really well. Again, they have that pebbly feeling, like they were intended to be thick. Feel nice to hold. Navy Blue Monster saying Globemaster didn't get a review either. No, no, it didn't. There's a few watches that didn't get a review, especially when things are really wild and busy at work. And I really wanted to trade something. I think I just traded. Let's see. Yeah, capped hand stack. That's another thing. I made my peace with not having capped hand stack. So James mentioning the hand stack on the SPG W289 is not capped. There are a few models though from Grand Seiko, um, mostly high beat models. I think they don't have a capped hand stack. And yeah, it does look a bit more ugly. You can see that there's no like you see that hole in the middle of the hand stack. Very, very picky thing to moan about, but you know, it is something to moan about. um, Especially when Grand Seiko do cap their hand stacks on like spring drive models, especially. Like look at the SLGH005. What's it called? White birch. White birch. You got the SLGH005, which is the OG white birch, right? With the 9S A5 movement, glorious watch. No capped hand stack, just just a hole there where all the hands would go. But then they re-released the white birch in a spring drive model. So the SLGA, I want to say 009. Right? I got it right. So the SLGA 009, I think they fixed the white birch significantly when this came out because the dial is actually white more than silver. There was just a difference in hue. It looks so good here. The crown tube was shrouded, so you didn't quite see the threading as clearly or as well, and the crown itself felt like more substantial. There was no wiggle to it. The hand stack was capped. Look at that, right? Why not do that? Why not put that cap on the OG white birch with the 9SA5 movement, the gorgeous 9SA5 movement? But no, they didn't. Less text on the dial. Look at that. Spring drive 5 days versus the paragraph in the SLGH 005. Look at that. High beat, 36,000, 80 hours. Oof. Oof. Compared to spring drive 5 days. Nice and elegant, nice and short. Yeah, another rabbit hole. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. um, but yeah, capped hand stacks should be always cap the hand stacks. It just looks so much better. Um, Larry here is saying I've got the SPGW 289 as well. 100% agree with you about the hands. Not my favorite set too. Yeah, it's unfortunate, right? But it'll do. It'll do. It's still very legible. Um, Sam, what are your thoughts on the new Burgundy Black Bay 41 mil? I haven't seen one in person, so I'm reserving my thoughts on those. It'll be too big for me, definitely. But I've seen good things from pictures, right? The case side looks trim, and I think it has the potential to look really, really good in person too. James saying, I had the SPGR 253, wears thick, and the small diameter makes it feel even thicker. Yeah. First-hand account from James. Thank you, James. Apologies if I offended about the automatic script at the bottom. Please don't take my word for it. Please don't let it bug any of you if you own these watches. Automatic, I'm just a weird one. I apologize. How many watches did you get in 2023 compared to 22? Just to predict the 2024 Sanjay market. I wish I could quickly do that. I can't quite do it quick. I think 2022, roughly speaking, was an absolute disaster. I think it was somewhere on the lines of 50 or 60 watches in 2022. 2023 was way less. I'm pretty sure it was around like 15 to 20. But I'm not 100% sure. 2024 is going to be way less. I guarantee it to you, sir. I am a new man, remember? To Bester McDonkey, hey, good to see you again. It's a businessman's search, not for nerds, just a guy that wants a nice watch to wear to the office. Probably jumping into the conversation here. Sorry, sir. Let's see. SBGR 261 has a terrible automatic typeface. Sorry. Thomas says, thanks for sharing. I think I'm going to try out the Silver Dial 1. Hopefully the text blends in a bit more there. Yeah, I'm sure it will. Try not to focus on it if it bugs you. If it doesn't bug you at all, that's great. And Corey saying SLA057 has a gorgeous capped hand stack. It did. SLA0552. I remember that. It's so worth it when they do that. It's such a small detail, but man, when they cap the hand stacks, they're catering to the hyper nerd, I guess. Okay, I think there was one more watch we got to talk about before the year ended, which was September 23rd, 1 week after I got the SBGW 289. I picked up the glorious Tudor Pelagos 39. So I'm really glad they let me have this another chance at the plot. I mean, why am I saying that? They're kind of available now. But I got to get the Pelagos 39, and it's the right Tudor to have for me. Beautiful loomed bezel and hands and indices, of course. Titanium is wonderful to wear and own. I wear this a lot to work, and comes with strap and bracelet. I think is good value. Not that that matters, but T-fit clasp too. I forgot about that, and everything kind of sits okay on the wrist. The T-fit clasp, as nice as it is, the adjustment is very limited. I think it's like 5 mil or something. It could have been way more, especially for how long that clasp is. You can probably see here, it's a huge clasp, but it fits okay. Clasp can be a problem with Tudor bracelets. They tend to disguise that swing arm and pretend like it's a small clasp, but in actuality, it's a huge clasp. That's what the original Black Bay 58 was a problem for me, was the clasp. So that's it. That was my year. Long-winded. Apologize for all the talking there. End of the year in September 23rd. I have not purchased or traded in a watch. And for that Pelagos 39, I did not sell a watch or trade a watch. So yeah, been even longer since I've traded a watch. So doing pretty well so far. Don't want to don't want to jinx it. I guess that's a cultural thing, but it won't happen. I want to believe that I'm a new man, and I want you to believe that I'm a new man. So Yeah, the next looking forward. There was, an interesting comment from a friend in the last video talking about how we always tend to seem to be looking ahead for, what's next, and it definitely is true. We always do seem to be looking ahead. I think, though, it's easier to talk about what's in front of you rather than what's behind you, which is kind of why I thought about talking about the purchases and the trades from 2023 and the watches that remained, in the collection. So I'll do a state of the collection as well eventually, maybe in the next month or 2, and then we can talk a bit more about the watches themselves that still remain. But, um, yeah, even though we tend to talk a bit about the watches that are upcoming, and we always seem to be reaching ahead, maybe that's very irresponsible of us, YouTubers to do that because it seems like, we're egging you guys on to do that too. So I've been kind of, soul searching about that. I don't always wanna be talking about the next watch and make you think that you should be thinking about the next watch. You really shouldn't. You should be happy with what you have. I'm happy. I'm very happy with what I have. I have way more than I deserve. So, um, guys, remember you are infinitely valuable. I am honored, grateful that you would spend this time with me. Um, honestly, I feel like a narcissist sometimes, always talking about myself, but I guess that's what the channel is about. So, again, I don't know why you spend this time with me, but I am grateful to get to know a little bit of you at least, through the chat. But thank you guys again. Remember that you are infinitely valuable. You're precious. You are worth it. You really are. I'll see you guys next week. Have a good week.